Welcome to Friday Fish Facts. I'm your host, Ron DeSantis. Now, for the most part, I keep my tanks water looking pretty clear, but every once in a while something happens and they're not so clear. Now, there's a couple of reasons for that. We're going to go over that and we're going to tell you how you can fix it. So you've probably heard a couple of things like you're feeding your fish too much or you're not doing enough water changes. Those could be a couple of factors, but there's other things as well. You could have poop machines in there, like you got a bunch of plecos in there, and there's a lot of debris floating around. You could have some driftwood in there. Maybe you've got some driftwood that wasn't marketed for a fish tank, but you found it. It's a softer wood, it's starting to break down in your tank, and you've got little bits of debris floating around everywhere. So we're gonna show you another way you can get that debris out of your water. So this is our Poly-fil. You can get this at Walmart or Amazon, a bunch of places. It doesn't have to be this brand, but this is what we're gonna use. Now the FX6 in here, it's due for a cleaning anyway. So we're gonna take it apart. We're gonna put this in there. We're gonna show you how to do that. And this is gonna be a form of mechanical filtration. I've got a power head on this tank. That's gonna help move the water around so there's no dead spots. And it's gonna help move some of the debris towards the intake of the filter. Now you can use a wave maker for this. I like using a power head because it's got that extra sponge filter on the bottom. I'm going to tell you something else about what you can hook up to this power head. Now I saw this little trick on one of the King of DIY's videos. It's super old, but what he did is he took a bottle, cut it in half, attached it to the bottom of the power head, and then stuffed it with the Poly-fil. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is, as if you were cleaning your FX6 normally, you got to disconnect the hoses and you got to drain it. Now I've got another video out on how to clean this FX6. I'll put a link to that one too. Okay, so I've finished cleaning out the filter and now I'm going to start putting the trays back in. Now the bottom two trays just get the ceramic rings in the middle and then I'll have to put the sponge back in on the outside. There it is with the sponge back in it. Okay, so now we're on to the top layer. We've got our coarse sponges here, but those go on last. Okay, we've got the Poly-fil in the center here. Now we're going to put the coarse sponges on top. And then we're going to put some water in here because we don't want to start this thing up dry. Don't forget to add your prime too. When I'm doing any type of filter maintenance, I make sure I don't do it the same day that I do a water change because I don't want to get rid of all my beneficial bacteria. So if it's a weekly water change tank, then I'm going to want to service that filter midweek. If it's an every 2-week tank, then I'm going to do it on the weekend that I'm not changing the water on that tank. It's been 3 days. The tank is cleared up nice. I'm more than happy with how this Poly-fil is working out. Join me next week for another edition of Friday Fish Facts.